All right, good afternoon, everyone. So we're going to have a quick tutorial today over how to cite properly in your research essay. I have a feeling that many of you do not know how to do so, and that's completely okay. But go on and stick with me through this tutorial video and you will figure it out quickly, okay? So, first things first, anything that you write in your paper that is not your original thought, it is not something that came from your own mind. It's something that you read, it's a concept, it's a thought that you liked from somebody else. It has to be cited, not only in the paper with quotation marks, but you also have to have a works cited page that gives the full source. Okay? And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to learn how to do that. So let's go on and talk about this. Our research essay is over the Spanish influenza of 1918. So say we're reading and we're here on the History Channel, okay, thehistorychannel.com, and they typically have some pretty reputable information. They are credible and they are good to cite. They're not going to lie to you and put up fake news. So we have the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918, the deadliest in history, infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide. So say I really, really like that and I want to use that in my paper, all right? So we're going to come down here. We already have a document somewhat set up for you. And first things first, when you're writing an MLA, it does need to be double spaced, okay? Always. Times New Roman, 12-point font, 1-inch margins, double spaced. General, generic format every research paper should have. Don't get fancy. We don't like fancy, okay? So first thing you need to do is you need to have an introduction about the Spanish flu, okay? Say whatever you need to say about it. Introduce the concept to us in a short paragraph, 3 to 4 sentences, right? You need to have a thesis statement that, again, clearly and concisely states what this paper is going to be about. So, tells us what the paper is going to be about and the 3 ways we are going to prove it. Okay? Okay. So now I'll say within our introduction, we want to go back to that quote that we found in off the internet, off History Channel. The Spanish flu. That's what it's going to start with. We need to begin with quotation marks, okay? Anything that is not yours, put quotation marks. So, the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. Promise you one day I will learn to spell. The deadliest in history. Deadliest in history. Infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide. Infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide. Okay, so we're just going to let this be. I know this is not a complete sentence, so we're not going to go over the semantics and grammatical aspects of this paper just yet, although that will be graded. This is just a very brief presentation of what you need to do to cite. So say we're done citing, okay? We're going to end with quotation marks. We are not going to put a period just yet. You're then going to put a parentheses, okay? Now this is where you're going to quickly cite the source that it came from. Now, I gave you a cite in your paper, so let's just click on our Google Classroom, go to the classwork. This is my example page. All right, we're going to the research essay. We're going to view the assignment. Okay, right here on your essay page, I've given you a link to the OWL at Purdue. They have a phenomenal website that clearly and concisely gives you very direct directions on how to cite an MLA. Okay, they also show how to cite an APA, Chicago style, nearly any sort of citation style that you will need in college. Use this as a great starter website, okay? Okay, so we're going to click on it. And it's going to take us to, again, the OWL at Purdue. and we're going to learn how to MLA format. Now, this first page that it links to, that's going to be how to format your actual paper itself. But right now, we're just focusing on the basic in-text citation. So if you look on the left right here, we have MLA in-text citations, the basics. Let's click on that. That's what we want. So we're going to click on it. We're going to scroll down, go back, reread at your own leisure, okay? This will really help you understand why you need to cite. And here we go. We have some good examples. Now, we're going to take their example and we're going to plug in our own information. So, typically, you would have the last name of the author that the book comes, that your evidence comes from, okay? Because we got ours from the History Channel, let's go back, let's click. Let's see if they've given us a byline. They have not. They've just said it's history.com editors. So what we are going to put is simply history.com, okay? Now let's go back to the MLA and text citation. All right, we need to just space, no comma, no period, we just give a space. Now, good rule of thumb. I learned this my freshman year in college, and I've always lived by it, and it's gotten me pretty far so far. Give it 2 spaces, okay? 2 spaces give it a very clear definition. All right, next thing it wants. This would typically be our page number. Well, we're an electronic source. There is no page number. Next best thing we can do is date, right? Our copyright date. Says it's updated February 5th, 2020. If you cannot find it at the top of the page like History Channel has provided for us, well, you can scroll all the way to the bottom. Look for that copyright date. It's always going to be shown with that symbol of a C and a circle. And it's 2020. All right, so go back to our paper. 2020. Close the parentheses and then put your period to end the sentence. And there we go. We have sufficiently and effectively cited our paper in text citation. Now, to complete the citation, we need to go to a works cited page. There's always going to be the last page of your paper. All right. Now, this one, I told you that MLA format for the essay is typically double spaced. For your citation, well, we go back to being single space. Now, again, let's go back to the MLA website. Go on and scroll back up, look towards the left, where you can say works cited page. Now, this tells you for any type of source, and we give you an example for how to do it. Basic format, if you're reading a book, a periodical, which is an academic article, or electronic resource. We are on history.com, so that is an electronic source. So let's click on that. Now we are going to scroll on down until we find us an example. Keep on scrolling. There we go. Now we're going to take this example and we're just going to plug in our own information. Now, as you can tell in this bottom example, well, if you have an author and you know their name, you would put it right there. Because we do not have that information, we go to just simply the title of the article. So let's go back to our article, our online resource, and its title is simply Spanish Flu. Now, also, if you've noticed, that needs to be in italics. So we're back on our Word document. We're under the Works Cited section, and we are going to do Spanish Flu. And in a period, give me 2 spaces in between, okay? Next thing we need to do, you need to put the title of the web page. So let's go back. Title of the web page, history, or you can write history.com, okay? History.com. Now you need to put a comma, 2 spaces. So we have a comma, 2 spaces. Then we need to put a copyright date. We know that's 2020, comma, 2 more spaces. Next thing we need to do is put the URL link. So let's go back to our History Channel. Let's copy that link and let's paste that link. Now, it's going to hyperlink it. We're going to give it 2 spaces. Go back, go on and delete that I don't like the hyperlinks in URLs, sorry, in your works cited pages, so make sure that that is not highlighted, okay? Then we need to write the word accessed. Let's go back to MLA page. It says we need to write the word accessed and then the date, okay? The date for which we have accessed it today is March 22nd, 2020. There we go. And we have a works cited page. Now, there is some problem with this formatting. So, does need to be single space. This also needs to be a hanging paragraph. Now, there's a technical way you can do it in the formatting page of your Word document. That's a nightmare. That's hard. Just listen to me. A trick you can do. Put your cursor in front of the first word on that second line. Hold down the shift button, hit the enter key. And then take your space bar and just space it on out until you get a good maybe 8-10 spaces in, and you have yourself a hanging paragraph, okay? Now, another thing to note, works cited page always needs to be in alphabetical order. And something else I don't know if I noted, if you do not cite properly, that is considered plagiarism. Plagiarism will not be tolerated. And if you are caught plagiarizing, and yes, I do have a plagiarism checker on all of these assignments, so I will be checking, and I will know if you do not properly cite, you will get an automatic 0. Sorry, it's the way it's got to be. And when you go to college, it could actually be far worse if you get caught plagiarizing, okay, guys? Now, that being said, I will be a little lenient. That first draft, I will go back, I will review, and I will help you learn where and how to properly cite, okay? But for the final copy, you need to go back, you need to make all the corrections I have stated, you need to make sure you are citing properly. Therefore, you can submit it in, everything is good, everything is kosher, and you will not get a failing grade of a 0, okay? Let's see here. There was one other thing I was going to tell you. Plagiarism. Yep, don't know. All right. If you have any questions, any concerns, please call, text, Facebook message me, email me, comment on our Google Classroom. Do whatever you need to do to get in contact with me. I will help as much as I possibly can, and we will get you through this, okay? I'm not going to be mean and just spell you immediately. We are going to work through it. You are going to figure out how to cite properly, and we will go from there, okay? All right. Good luck, guys, and let me know if you have or need any help.